Welcome everyone. This is the second session of our 2026 online 21-day Sahaja Yoga course. Today is day 36. My name is Mark and I'm in northern New Jersey. When I'm not hosting an online program, I also take a lot of photographs of birds. We get a lot into our yard. If you're new, this is your first time or second time coming to a program, you are very welcome. Sahaja Yoga is always free because everything we're going to show you is just within you and just to be found. So get your foot-soaking bowl and your rinse and your towel ready. There's a reminder slide. If you are new or you've been coming for a while and you'd like a little extra support, you can request a mentor, someone to meditate with you, answer your questions, and just be with you as you make these steps of self-discovery. There's a form to apply for a mentor in the Zoom chat. On Sunday, we talked about doing what is right with grace, dignity, and decency. And today, we're going to talk about how guilt robs us of our energy. So we'll be focusing on a particular part of a particular chakra and how whatever we've been doing to ourselves in our lives, we now have the opportunity to bring ourselves into the present and into balance. So let me bring onto the screen the other presenter and our musician. Welcome, Prashant.
Hi, good evening, Mark.
Welcome, Kalyan.
Hi Mark. Hi Prashant.
Hi, Kalyan.
So I do photography whenever I get a chance. What do you like to do, Prashant?
Yeah, so I certainly enjoy traveling, especially to, being from Kashmir in India, originally. That's where I was born. So I certainly have a great fondness for mountainous regions, river streams, lakes, valleys, so yeah, so that's certainly an area of, you can say, interest for me.
And what do you like to do, Kalyan?
I like to play my violin. I I don't get to play it as much as I would like to, but yes, that's something I really enjoy, and I enjoy spending time with my daughter and with other children, her friends, whenever they come to play. So
Wow. And we will be privileged to hear you play that violin later today. What will you be playing?
I will be playing Rag Jaijavanti, which is a rag for the Vishuddhi.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Very appropriate. All right. So now we can begin our first meditation, and I will see you two later. So first, since we're going to talk about the left Vishuddhi, which is involved in that blockage that many of us feel called guilt, let's just have a quick look at the chart. So in case you've missed some of the previous programs, the Vishuddhi chakra is in the throat area, and you feel it on your index fingers. So right index finger, the right aspect, left index finger, the left aspect, both fingers, the center aspect. So today we're going to look at that left aspect that we feel when our left finger is got some kind of a heat or pressure or burning. And the quality of the left Vishuddhi is self-worth. And so we'll be looking at that today. So a common expression in my culture, being grown up on the west coast of Canada, with influence a lot of British culture, is that we are always condemning ourselves. I should not have done that. I'm such a bad person. Oh, I judge myself to be not a very good person. I made a mistake. Now I have to just remember that my whole life and feel regret and feel bad about myself and kind of hang my head. And people say, oh, but it's such a sunny day. And I'm just remembering, oh, I made that mistake. I'm not a good person. So what to do about that? Well, in Sahaja Yoga, we work on that and we try to get our attention into the present and we say, you know what? I did make that mistake. We're completely honest. We don't try to paper it over and say, well, maybe it didn't really happen. It happened. Did something dumb or something that hurt somebody else or hurt ourselves. So then what we can do is say to ourselves, I will not do it again. So simply use our power of asserting ourselves, of declaring. And then wrap that memory, that feeling of failure in our current power that we have learned how to express more and more in Sahaja Yoga, that power of love and compassion. The other thing that can happen when left Vishuddhi is blocked is that we feel very disconnected. So let us understand that we're all human beings and we are all connected. We can feel each other when we're in meditation. We can feel each other in our heart. And we're all human. And guess what humans do? We make mistakes. So what we can do is say, okay, I'm human. Now, since I've got my Kundalini awakening, I've got my self-realization, let my Kundalini just move through my chakras, clear me out, and let me feel my connection to others. And that will definitely soothe down that feeling that, oh, I'm a special case, I'm just not good enough. And the other thing that can happen in our psychology is that we just feel, you know, I'm so undeserving of love. It's for other people, it's not for me. And so what we can point out is that, well, your Kundalini has come up. So your Kundalini has already decided that you are worthy of your self-realization. And we can say the divine love, this all-pervading power of love, has already decided you're going to get your self-realization, that you have tremendous potential. And so what we have to learn as we sit there with our hands out every day, meditating, is an attitude of accepting that here we are, we're learning Sahaja Yoga. There's some reason why it's me and not my neighbor and not my other family member. I'm doing Sahaja Yoga. So it's actually an activity in which we have to accept that I do deserve it, that where I'm going will be someplace much beyond where I've been. And let me just see what's going to happen. So we're going to have a foot soak together now. So you've got your bowl, so you can put your feet in your bowl. And take a slow breath. And now attention on this pure mothering energy in the sacrum bone, the Kundalini. Let's invite this energy to rise. And we'll also do our hand movement to rise our own Kundalini and tie it up. Give ourselves the bandhan from left hip to right hip, up over the head and back. So when we're meditating in a group or on our own, we can always just check. Am I thinking? Am I quiet? And just about every time when I check, when I've just sat down and begun my meditation time, I am thinking. So then, all right, I'm thinking now. And a way to get the attention out of the thoughts is to put attention into your physical body, especially what you're feeling in your hands, since they indicate the state of your chakras, your energy centers. So right now, let's see what we feel in our hands. Is one heavier? Is one cooler? Maybe some of us are feeling our left hand is heavier or warmer, so we can help balance out what we call the left channel. We can do it all together. So those of us that have that heaviness on the left side, we can all enjoy being more in the present. So we put our right hand towards the floor. If you were sitting outside on some grass, when it gets warmer, you can just place your hand directly on the ground. So left hand is with the palm up, fingers outstretched, right hand towards the ground, pointing towards the earth. And we can say, Mother Kundalini, if there's anything that's still coming into my attention from the past which disturbs my sense of peace and well-being, may whatever it is be absorbed into the Mother Earth. And if the thoughts were going into the past, just notice, are the thoughts quieting down? So it looks like we're not doing anything, but in fact, we're allowing our Kundalini to clear out any heaviness in the left channel. Now we can put our right hand back on our lap with the palm up, and like many, many people, too much screen time, too much reading about what's going on, too much pondering, having big opinions. So let's cool down that overactive thinking mind. Let's put the left hand up with the palm facing backwards. Mother Kundalini, please soothe down, quiet down, and cool down my right channel. Let all the irritation, impatience, reaction, opinion Let it all go out into the air, into the ether. So now notice if all of your future thoughts, what I have to do, what will happen, my plans, see if all those thoughts are now quieting down. And put our left hand on our lap. So the ability to face ourselves, be honest with ourselves, recognizing that maybe next time we won't do something that did not work out very well last time because it expressed our temper, our judgment, our fear, our hostility. Something went kind of wrong. So we face it. So that takes a strong heart to face those things and accept and say, now I will change. I will not do that again. So let's give vibrations to our center heart by putting our right hand on the center of our chest. Mother Kundalini, please enlarge my heart. Please make me a confident and fearless person. Take a slow, deep breath. And since we're focusing on left Vishuddhi, let's give vibrations directly to the left Vishuddhi. Put our right hand, the base of the left side of our neck where it meets the shoulder. And then with confidence say, I do not condemn myself. See if you can feel some of the heaviness, some of the load that we carry becoming lighter. So now we can rinse our feet and get ready for a little bit of silent meditation. So you can just put your foot soaking bowl to one side. You can empty it out later. So now let's see if the thoughts have reduced. Let's have a short period of silent meditation. Just our hands out. If our attention starts to wander, we can just put our right hand here, our left hand here. Steady our attention. And then again, rest the hand on the lap. So let's sit for a minute or two in just silent meditation. So together we'll watch an excerpt of one of Shri Mataji's talks. And Shri Mataji talks about some of the things we do to ourselves where we're not able to face ourselves and be in the present and accept that we are human and we can change, we can grow. And so she says, is there really such a thing as mistakes? And she also has some fun with how we are always saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So let's enjoy the video together.
So we have to see for ourselves that what makes us guilty for small things is our own ego reacting against us and wants us to reconcile with what mistakes we have committed. Like some people feel guilty because they have said something they should not have said, or maybe because they have done something which they should not have done normally. May not be on a Sahaja Yoga basis, maybe something else also, very frivolous, like somebody spills, say, coffee, they feel guilty. Or somebody puts the knife on the other side, on the left-hand side, then they feel guilty. I mean, such stupid things like that, which are regarded as norms in the society, and people start thinking that these norms are very, very important, as if they are something like a dharma, and you must maintain those norms. But these norms are man-made. Most of them are man-made. See, some of them are so stupid and so horrifying that I think in England I feel there are some which must be really completely squashed and finished, like shaking hands. It's a very bad thing I think is to do, is to shake hands with everyone. Because God knows what kinds of hands people are having, what kinds of vibrations they have. Now when my husband has his reception, sometimes I have to shake hands with 700 people coming in and then 700 drunkards going out. So this shaking of hands, I think, is a very, very bad habit. It's all right for Sahaja Yogis to shake hands, but for others, to shake anybody's hand is better to do Namaste, though it might be some a very simple Indian method. But I think the best way is to say Namaste, because shaking hands can cause lots of problems to human beings. And now with all these diseases coming up and all that, I think one has to be very careful about shaking hands. Worse than that is in France, I find, is like when you meet someone, you must kiss. You see, the worst habit, I tell you, horrible. But they do kiss you all the time. If you go there, I had very bad shocks to begin with. You see, anybody would just get you, kiss you here, kiss you there, and start looking at the person. Now with the fear of AIDS and all that, perhaps they might stop all that nonsense. But there is no need to do all this. It's not a very good way of wishing anyone. Doesn't show any respect in both the cases. When you shake hands, also there is no respect, and even when you kiss somebody, there is no respect. But if you say Namaste, means I bow to you. Namaste is I bow to you. It's respect, and this is one thing we have to do, is to respect each other. But when we are not, then we feel guilty. And like that, you see, these all like thank you. If you have not said thank you to somebody, then we think we have done a big mistake. I mean, the amount of thank yous we do, get so much used to it that even if you see a statue, say thank you very much for your darshan. It goes on like that, you see, it's a bit too much. Too much thank you becomes a lip service or sorry. Nowadays, in our times, we used to say, I beg your pardon on the phone, but now people say, sorry, sorry, sorry. I mean, sorry for what? Just can't, that sorry goes into left Vishuddhi. If you don't hear, it's none of your fault. Maybe the fault of the telephone, maybe the fault of another person. So, without understanding what is there to be sorry, just go on saying sorry, 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 feeling sorry for something is absolutely boring. And such a person can become extremely boring. Since morning till evening, he is saying, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that, I'm sorry for this, and all the time feeling sorry for everything, you feel sorry for that person. So one has to be in a joyful mood. And doesn't matter if somebody doesn't say sorry, it doesn't matter. But some people can take a very big objection if you don't say thank you to them. It's a very funny thing is that I have experienced in England once. I was going out, John was there, John was driving the car, and my daughter was coming out of the house, so he left the door open, and he just, as soon as she sat down, hardly took about 5-6 seconds. He could close the door and went round, but he didn't say thank you to the fellow who was standing behind. You see, they are supposed to be all very rich, cultured, educated people. So this fellow got out of his car and caught hold of his belt. And he wouldn't allow the car to move. When the car was moving, I couldn't understand what was happening. So I asked Johnny, stop the car, stop the car. I said, what's the matter? She didn't say thank you to me. This fellow would have been killed or something would have happened to him. Doesn't matter. He should say thank you. These are the funny norms that we have, so many of them. And sometimes we miss the point. Sometimes we miss the point because the whole thing becomes so mechanical. It is not mechanical if you say thank you. It's a way of just even expression, your smile, your just a gesture can say that you are thankful to people for what they have done. But it is a norm which is created since long, They have dropped out so many things, like they have dropped out their tailcoats, everything. And I think too much thanking and too much feeling sorry should be dropped out. Either you go to the left or to the right. So the best thing now is, if somebody does something for you, all right, just a smile. Sometimes say thank you, all right. But not all the time teaching us, did you say thank you? Like one child told me, I don't want to go to their house. I said, why? Because I have to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all the time. So children also somehow or other find it's very artificial. It becomes a lip service. And this lip service can go anywhere, and people start feeling very sorry for things like, I didn't send a Christmas card, so they feel sorry. Christmas card is not important. We must see why we have to send a Christmas card. Is to wish this person. Do you have that in your heart? Did you feel that from your heart? Once you start feeling from your heart, then you will never catch your left Vishuddhi. It's a very superficial way of avoiding the mistakes you have committed. Now supposing I have not done something which I should have done. Sometimes it happens. And I feel it in my heart, just feel it. I should have done it. And if I have not done it, then it gets corrected. Not only that, but for a Sahaja Yogi, it works. So to feel it in your heart, otherwise whatever is superficial, you shouldn't worry. You shouldn't worry, you are all yogis. You must know you are all saints now. So you don't have to worry about small things. But one thing we have to ask ourselves, how do we get rid of our left Vishuddhi? And when you start asking this question, why have I got left Vishuddhi? It is the surplus of your ego, as I have told. So try to watch what you have done. Try to see what you have said. Why did you do it? And then face it. And next time don't do it. So you won't have the guilt. Because guilt is nothing but a stored up mistakes. And like going to a priest and saying, I'm sorry, I did this, I did that. And again doing the same thing. It amounts to the same. Because then you don't correct yourself. I think open the windows will be better. This one. I'll make it quite warm for you. Thank you. I am also English, I must say thank you. So this amounts to one thing, to understand what mistakes you have committed, what your ego wants to feel bad about it, and then do not store it up, face it up and never do it again. Just be determined, I will not do it again, that's all. You have to just say, I will not do it again, whatever it is. Face up to it and say that I will not do it again. That's the best way you can manage your left Vishuddhi. There is nothing like we are English, we are Indian, we are this. We are all universal beings. And once you accept this, suddenly you jump into the state of collective consciousness, into the state of Virat. Once Virat opens out, left Vishuddhi is finished. If you are a part and parcel of the Virat, how can you make mistakes? How can you be guilty? Because it is the Virat who takes over. He is the one. Supposing now in your hand something goes wrong, you don't blame your hand for it. What you blame is the body. The body has the problem. And the body has to look after. The body takes over. It comes, repairs, looks after, circulates, whatever it is, pain, so whatever it is, the suggestion comes from the whole body. It's not that the only finger starts feeling guilty, it's the whole body. In the same way, once you jump into that state of Virat, into the state where you feel I am a part and parcel of the whole, Vishuddhi should drop out. Left Vishuddhi should completely drop out. It has no place. It has no place. How can you alone feel guilty when you are part and parcel of the whole? What's the logic? You cannot feel guilty. If you are part and parcel of the whole, then the whole takes over. And this is where you can cut down your left Vishuddhi very well.
let's close our eyes. And with a very pleasant attitude towards ourselves, let's try to steady our attention above the top of the head and allow this message to drench us in that state of joy.
We'll just maintain this state. Feels so serene to be completely centered. Let's continue witnessing our attention on the very top of our head. Now, the word Shuddha in Sanskrit means pure, and Vishuddha means something which is absolutely pure, without any kind of contamination, which really is the quality of our spirit. And left Vishuddhi plays this exceptional role of becoming the channel and the expression of our spirit. The spirit, as we recognize, resides in our heart on the left side. So all our purity and our desire, all the qualities of our entire left side are expressed through our left Vishuddhi. So while we are feeling extremely balanced at this moment, let's just take a minute to further charge our left side. So we'll just raise, using our right hand, we'll just raise our right side and just lower it gently on our left side. We'll do this a few times. We can do it 7 times. Just raising our right side and almost like balancing the energy on our left side. And as we do this a few times, we will start seeing that there is an increased or enhanced flow on our left channel. Almost like powering our attention towards our spirit. Just do it a couple more times. And then let's see how we feel on both our palms. And as our spirit expresses through our left Vishuddhi, what we will do is we'll now bring our attention on the joint of our neck and shoulder on the left side, with our head gently tilted towards the right. We'll just place our right hand there. We can either just press it there or we can even gently massage it, whatever feels more comfortable. And we'll assert the qualities of spirit that power our left Vishuddhi. So there being 16 petals, we'll take 16 affirmations. And after each affirmation, we'll give it a few seconds for it to resonate in our being. So let's start off. Mother Kundalini, as I am the pure spirit, I am absolutely innocent. Mother Kundalini, as I am the pure spirit, I don't have any self-doubt. Mother Kundalini, as I am the pure spirit, I am true humility. Mother Kundalini, as I am the pure spirit, I am faith, I am confidence. Mother Kundalini, as I am the pure spirit, I have no ego. As I am the pure spirit, I understand the boundaries of all my chakras, my energy centers. Mother Kundalini, as I am the pure spirit, I have wisdom to face myself and correct myself. Mother, I have the power of sister principle within me. As I am the pure spirit, I am courageous. Mother Kundalini, as I am the pure spirit, I am spotless and unblemished. Mother Kundalini, I respect you, and I am worthy of your love and blessings. Mother Kundalini, I am the reservoir of joy. Mother Kundalini, as I am the pure spirit, I don't indulge in any sarcasm. As I am the pure spirit, I am chastity. Mother, as I am the pure spirit, I am pure speech. As I am the pure spirit, I am fully capable. Mother, I do not condemn myself for anything, and I am not guilty. I am not guilty. I am not guilty. As I am nothing but the pure spirit. Now allow our right hand, we'll use the right hand to take our attention from our Vishuddhi gradually across our forehead, our Agya, into our Sahasrara, our seventh energy center, the top of our head, and place the right palm on the center of our, on the very top of our head in the center. and will experience and allow to internalize all these qualities of spirit on our Sahasrara. Gradually raise our right hand above our head and just witness our attention, believing in our spirithood, into that space between the head and the hand. And just stay in silent meditation for some time. Now, maintaining this state with our attention on top of our head, we'll raise our kundalinis and put ourselves in bandhan. Over to you, Mark.
Thank you, Prashant. So we're going to invite Prashant and Kalyan back in a minute or two to talk about what they've been learning, practicing Sahaja Yoga for some time, and presumably their experiences and what they are figuring out will help all of us, including myself. So before we get to that part of the program, let's have a few reminders about the program, especially if you're new, that we have a 21-day course schedule, not all the days one after the other, but 3 times a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday for 7 weeks. And this course segment, session two, will run until April 14th. And if that's not enough for you, you can also join us 3 more nights at the same time, same Zoom link, for a foot soak. If you miss one, they're all recorded. So we'll be back on Thursday talking about the power of speech. So we can use our speech to give love, and also we can use it in a very harsh way. So we'll focus on that aspect of our Vishuddhi chakra. We have a program website. There's the QR code. You can also request a mentor, and the form is in the Zoom chat. We have a WhatsApp group with the link in the Zoom chat where you can get messages from people like me on a regular basis, things that we're kind of enjoying or appreciating about Sahaja Yoga. And there's the handout, which will be on the website for today's program, and also in the resources section. You can just scroll down through there and find all the handouts from day one. So now there's different ways to talk with us and ask questions. You can go into a breakout room and have a mini Sahaja Yoga class. Just look at the chat in Zoom, click on the plus button, and then send a message to Breakout Room Help. You can also just do a live chat with another Sahaja Yoga teacher. Just go to that plus, select Chat Q&A, type your question, and we have a Sahaja Yoga teacher standing by to answer your questions. And the other way we get questions answered, including my own, is to meet with our presenters and musician and learn more about Sahaja Yoga through what they have experienced. So welcome back, Prashant and Kalyan.
Yeah, that was fantastic, Mark. The foot soak was so enriching in Kalyan. That just took us to a different level altogether.
Yeah, I was fully enjoying the whole time.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
both of you.
That's a good strategy for clearing out left Vishuddhi, is have a lot of fun. Hang out with people like Kalyan and Prashant. So
And you, Mark.
Kalyan, yeah, it's the MAS, the Mutual Admiration Society. That's it.
So true.
All right. So actually, somebody's posted a question about feeling guilty. Kalyan, before Sahaja Yoga, did you used to feel regret or feel bad about yourself for making mistakes? And how have you improved that state since you've been practicing Sahaja Yoga?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot, actually. So, yeah, before practicing Sahaja Yoga, I mean, I used to make a lot of mistakes. I don't know whether that has changed a lot, but feeling guilty, yes. It was very hard for me to come out of that. I used to be quite critical about myself, and the intellect always has a way of pointing things out, and it needs explanations, it needs strategy to overcome and all that, but ultimately it doesn't help. So it just puts you in that state, perpetual state of feeling guilty and pondering about it, but not being able to do anything about it. So it's a kind of a powerless state, I would say, but it's a very painful state at the same time. So, but after coming into Sahaja Yoga, I finally got some way of dealing with it. Otherwise, it was an eternal circle of not getting anywhere. But now there is a way of getting out of that, right? I was actually very stunned and very relieved when I heard the affirmation the first time, Mother, I am not guilty. I mean, that was such a big relief to be able to say that. And then it obviously took a while for that to sink in, that why that is true and why there is no need to feel guilty. It's not just words, it's the fact. And when we are feeling guilty, we are identifying ourselves with who we are not. When we are able to not feel guilty, we are finally identifying ourselves with who we are. So that strategy has definitely helped me. And it's a continuous journey, and I'm improving on a daily basis.
That's the key word, improvement. Prashant, how have you improved in moving beyond feeling guilty and now after practicing Sahaja Yoga for some time?
Yeah, I would say my story is very similar to what Kalyan just described. So I was this poster child of self-deprecation, constantly, being so hard on myself and always, looking at myself as not being worthy of, being in any kind of public setting or being able to express myself because I always felt that my opinions, somehow were not of any value, and that used to basically come because of me constantly assessing myself on every front and always finding myself somehow not meeting the benchmark of being able to be acceptable in society, if I may call that. And so there was this immense sense of inferiority complex to the point I will say when I first got my realization, up till I would say probably about a month or so, I did not feel anything on my left side. And my right was flowing and it was very cool, and left was completely dead. And it was only over a period of time through knowledge of Sahaja Yoga I realized that okay, even if my other chakras are clearing out, if the Vishuddhi, which represents at the wrist area over here on your hand, if that's caught up, you will not really feel any vibrations on the left side. So Sahaja Yoga definitely created this, I would say, a sense of heightened awareness within me as to what was really causing those challenges, and why it is so important to Kalyan's point earlier that you need to recognize in your heart. Even Shri Mataji referred to that today. That you need to recognize in your heart and be able to face yourself rather than becoming a pure lip service. And the fact that it is in a way the storehouse of your ego because you're constantly judging yourself and not letting yourself become the pure spirit, and so yeah, so that's how Sahaja Yoga actually helped me, become closer to what my true identity is, and really letting it flow, rather than constantly, you know, holding myself or condemning myself, because that is the actual antithesis to your spirit, which is trying to express itself through the purity of your being. So yeah, it's made an immense difference in me, in my personality over a period of time as I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga. How about you, Mark? What has been your experience over the course of years? Mhm.
Uh, it's very much tied to the feeling of self-worth and very much relates to beginning to feel the power of my heart, that if my heart is open and pure vibrations are flowing into my heart, say from you guys, and flowing out of my heart, then any mistake, any blemish can just be engulfed in pure love. And it kind of neutralizes that sting, that feeling of, oh, I should have done something different. Instead, the love soothes everything down, pulls my attention into the present moment. And if there's something to be done about it, a phone call that needs to be made, an extra step that needs to be taken because a mistake was made, then let me just do it and feel the empowerment of a very strong and open heart. And it's an ongoing process where I can still be quite angry at myself and feel regret, and then also begin to understand that, well, let me learn from this. Let me see that, yes, I have some more steps to take, and then look in more of the positive direction of going forward and not just recapping a long, long list of mistakes.
No,
So,
absolutely. I think that is such a key, that being able to course correct yourself and learning from your mistakes And I think that's where the quality of that innate innocence and wisdom, because wisdom lies in not repeating it again, and really, it's the qualities of Muladhara, which basically reflect in your left Vishuddhi, which gives you that childlike wisdom, because a child never repeats the same mistake twice. Once they learn through their experience, yeah, something is not right, they don't go down the same path again. It's the humans, or I would say the grown-ups, that have this tendency of constantly repeating themselves and expecting a different outcome.
Another aspect that we've touched on in this program is the other aspect of a clear left Vishuddhi, which is that our relationships with other people change dramatically. We either are anticipating we're going to get aggression or domination or subservience and somebody just doing whatever we say, or we think relationships are transactional. I'll do something nice for you because I want something back from you. Or there's something that I'm really, really wanting just to please my own ego, and I'm going to push against maybe your resistance in order to get that out of you, whether it's a simple business transaction or in even an intimate relationship where you really push what you think you want, but it's really just something your ego will actually not even be satisfied when you get that.
Mhm.
So the converse or the reverse of that or the opposite of that is what we call purity, in which the relationship exists just in a sense of connecting at a level of complete openness, trust, pure love, knowing that what I'm going to get from this person is the thing that's really going to nourish me. It's going to help me in my spiritual growth. So, Kalyan, how do you experience purity in your relationships now compared to before Sahaja Yoga?
Yeah. Um, I think fundamentally the relationships are different, particularly in Sahaja Yoga. What you experience is the vibrations, which is the manifestation of the pure love. And when you feel that, you are in a different zone, right? It's not the kind of transactional nature that you were talking about. It completely surpasses that. It's a different world altogether, I would say. That you are experiencing pure love and you are getting it, you are able to receive it, you are able to give it, and there is so much joy in it, and there is so much effortlessness in it. It's a flow that you feel. So yeah, I have definitely felt that, particularly in Sahaja Yoga, and after coming to Sahaja Yoga, I've also felt that with people in general, where you're not constantly thinking about what is this person thinking or whatever, and you are also not expecting anything in return, but it's kind of effortless. It's very pure.
Um, you demonstrated, we can say, affirmations to clear left Vishuddhi, Prashant. Anything that you do sometimes when you go, oh man, feel it. Any other things that you do to help clear that left Vishuddhi?
So, of course, our usual, you can say, left side techniques. So candling, I think we have demonstrated that in one of the previous sessions. So candling is certainly a very effective way of taking a candle and giving, just like how we hold our right hand here on this joint of neck and shoulder, which represents the left Vishuddhi within us. So similarly, we can take a candle and give it like clockwise rotations over here until we start feeling that clearance through our palm.
Hmm.
And then in general, what I experience is that when I'm doing that, there is this weight that kind of just lifts off you, and the vibrations that start flowing and you just feel so much lighter. So that is certainly a very effective treatment. The other thing that I feel is the general consciousness, being in this state of witness all throughout the day, kind of watching yourself. And that does two things. Of course, it keeps you under you're constantly monitoring yourself, but then as you do that, it also starts expressing your guru principle, your master principle through your left Vishuddhi, because you're almost like a father or a mother, watching the child, and the behaviors. And in the whole process, be very, very cognizant of where the thoughts are going, what actions you're indulging in, all those things, and that, over a period of time starts giving you this immense respect towards your own self.
Hmm.
And that respect directly results into self-worth. So that's has over the period of time proven very useful for me.
Wow. All right. Well, on behalf of all three of us, I want to extend a special thank you to our tech team, who, believe it or not, behind the scenes makes this entire program possible. So shout out to the people that are answering the questions in the Zoom chat, making sure breakout rooms work seamlessly, and making sure that all of us are heard and seen as clearly as possible. So, Shimaji said, just offer that. We see
Thank
the
you to
beautiful
everyone. Yeah,
divinity in
thank
our
you.
tech team. And thanks to what we say in Sahaja Yoga, my two brothers, because you are both in my heart.
Likewise.
Same here.
And so fantastic insights that are definitely going to help me in my meditation. So thanks everybody for joining this program on the 21 days. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you.